Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe on the copyright under 17C USC 107.
Got into YouTube is because of my sister. You guys know who my sister is, but I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret. Maybe I'll tell you guys a little bit down the line, or you guys might have to wait until we do a video together, but you guys know who she is. Maybe you guys can guess it. My younger sister Jada was dead. And I was like, what? She's telling me she's dead. Somebody shot her in her heart. And this is all over some hair, y'all. Over some hair. My sister Jada lost her life over some hair. 27 years old, had 3 kids. She had a 9-month-old, I think 7 and 4. I may be getting the ages wrong. I wasn't close to her because we had the same father. We went to the funeral, and there was a lot of people there, and different things, and that supported my sister, loved my sister. She was an amazing person. She had a heart of gold. That we were talking about her business. She had another business. She kind of had a hair business, that was called Jazzy Extensions, and it was named from her younger sister, her sister. Her sister passed as well and got shot in the head from gun violence. She passed away, and she was like 16 or something. So it was devastating when they lost her. So this is her mom's second time losing a daughter young at age to gun violence. There's a variety of accounts of what happened to my sister. But from what my sister said, my sister, which is still my younger sister, but she was older than Jada when she called me, that somehow the girl wasn't satisfied with the hair or something, and my sister was like, okay, I'm going to pay you back. I'll pay you back the money for your hair. She said, don't worry, I'll take care of you. And apparently, the girl didn't want to hear that. She wanted her money right then at that moment. And my sister went out that night, and apparently she went over a friend's house, and the girl happened to come over to friend's house. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know all the details, but I guess they had a fight, and my sister was getting the best of her. I don't know, and the girl just cowardly pulled out the gun and shot my sister in the heart, I think 2 times, and my sister lost her life just that quick.
Hello, everyone. I am bringing you a story today concerning Jada Mills. I don't know how many of you know the YouTuber by the name of B Loves Life. She is a huge mukbang channel. She does seafood. Well, this is her sister. This story here was updated February 20th, 2021. I am sad to report the homicide of 27-year-old Jada Mills. I'm going to go ahead and read this story and give my opinion as I go. Waterloo. A 27-year-old Waterloo woman was identified as the person killed in a weekend homicide as condolences poured on social media. Waterloo police released the woman's name Tuesday morning as Jada J. Young Mills, 27. However, on a Facebook page where family and friends are posting condolences, the woman's name is spelled Jada Mills. My beautiful stepdaughter has passed away, Danita Tally Mills posted Monday. Underneath the photo posted October 19th. I asked my Facebook family to please pray for our family to stay strong for her children and each other. Condolences flooded into Jada Mills' Facebook page, particularly on one of her last photos that was posted on November 11th, where she posted a photo of herself with the caption, "Life's just a maze. I'm going through my phases." From arguing with each other in school, walking down Mobile, to eating Lay's original potato chips at church in the kitchen with your little sisters. Your laugh will always be my favorite. Jalen Young commented after sharing Mills' final photo, "I'll see you later." This is so sad. Police say that Black Hawk County Sheriff's Department heard gunshots in the area of Edison Street and Grandview Avenue just after midnight Saturday and found young Mills inside a residence at 723 Dawson Street with a gunshot wound. Waterloo police did not specify where the bullet hit her. Young Mills was taken to Unity Point Health Allen, where she later died. Police arrested Lysandra Jeanette Johnson, 36 years old, of Waterloo, on a charge of first-degree murder in Young Mills' death. She is currently being held in the Black Hawk County Jail on $1 million bond. According to the obituary, from 2014, Young Mills is the sister of Jasmine Rembert, who was 17 when she was shot to death in 2014. Wow. According to an obituary from 2014, Young Mills is the sister of Jasmine Remnant, who was only 17 when she was shot to death in 2014. Quadarius States later pleaded guilty to man, come on. So their family has already been devastated by gunfire. So here she is, Lysandra Annette Johnson, ruined her whole life over a damn hairdo. Okay, so here's the family of the woman who shot Jada. And her family is protesting outside of the police department, claiming that it was self-defense. I don't know the story. I am just now digging into this, and you guys are with me. So I'm definitely going to look into it and just see what people are saying and see where we are now in the case. So this was posted November 17th, 2020 and updated February 8th, 2021. Two family members and friends of the woman charged with first-degree murder in a weekend homicide are asking for police to drop the charges, saying she was acting in self-defense.
We have witnesses on the block. These are neighbors on the block. The witnesses, you know? Yeah. And everything is being disregarded. Their testimony is being disregarded. And it's not right. Right. By her being, she's a business owner in this community.
So what do you think is the right thing to do?
The right thing to do is look back into this case. At least let her get home to her children, and so she can prove herself. Let her prove herself in court. But all I'm out here what I'm advocating for today is for her release.
Yeah.
So she can come home. You know, she's in there getting treated so bad.
I'm just here as a fly on the wall. I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing. I'm gonna document on behalf of the community, and y'all.
This is just on the Courier's Facebook page, so if you want to introduce yourselves, if you're comfortable with that.
I'm here advocating for Lysandra Johnson to be released, to be at least freed, so she can get home to her children. This woman is a business owner in this community. This woman has no charges. She has no record. She's a good person. She has a CWP. She's a registered firearm user, okay? So, she was attacked. When you guys see the nature of this case, I know there's so many different stories going around, but I'm touching the source. This here is her sister, Shaquita Lawrence. And she was literally attacked by 3 women. Multiple witnesses on the scene. None of their statements were even they weren't even considered. Wasn't even considered. Just those statements alone. The the police department have done a proper investigation, a thorough investigation before placing first degree, which is premeditated murder, on this young lady, then they would have seen that she was clearly justified. But not only that, my thing is CWP holders of the state of Iowa. If 3 people jump in your car and start to attack you, why would you not be able to shoot to defend yourself? She did not shoot her in the head or anywhere in this area. She did not try to hurt her. She feels very bad. We all feel bad for the other family. Don't get us wrong. We send our love to them too. But we don't want to lose our loved one as well. This was senseless. This is why you pick and choose your battles wisely. You know? But anyone in their right mind is not going to let their possessions be violated. You're not going to let your home be violated, your car, or even your body. So that's all I got to say. I'm here advocating for her release.
Okay, so that is what the family and activists believe that's supporting the family, that um, she was a legal gun owner and that she should not be in jail because she was defending herself. So they believe Iowa's stand your ground law should apply to Johnson, who they say is licensed to carry, who's legally licensed to carry a weapon and has no prior criminal record. The law says a person may use deadly force to protect their life if they have a reasonable belief deadly force is necessary. She was literally attacked by 3 women. She was clearly justified. Johnson is a business owner who holds a bachelor's degree and a master's degree and said the attack was unprovoked. What happened to the self-defense law? Young said. If a person fears for their life, they're supposed to be able to shoot. Authorities allege Johnson, 36, shot and killed 27-year-old Jada Young Mills at a Dawson Street home. According to court records and police statements, Young, Mills, and Johnson were involved in a fight in front of the home around 12:10 a.m. Others apparently broke up the altercation, and police say Johnson went to her vehicle and retrieved a handgun. She then pointed the gun at Mills and fired, according to the police. Paramedics with Waterloo Fire Department found Young Mills unconscious on the home's living room floor. She was taken to Unity Point Health Allen Hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Okay, let me read that again. According to court records and statements, Young, Mills, and Johnson were involved in a fight in front of the house around 12 a.m. Okay, so the fight was outside. Okay, the fight was outside. That's what they're saying. The fight was broke up. Police say Johnson went to her vehicle and retrieved a handgun. She then pointed the gun at Young Mills. Okay, and Mills was found by fire rescue unconscious on the home's living room floor. Okay, so if the fight was outside, how did she end up in the living room floor dead? So this sounds like to me that the fight was outside, it was broken up, it was over. Young Mills went into the house. The person who shot her must have come into the house and shot her. Because that's what I'm reading here. She must have come inside the house and shot her, which would be premeditated. Because you can't do something after the fact. If the gun was not on her at the time of the altercation, she could not go retrieve it and come back and shoot her because you had reasonable time to think it out. That is considered premeditation. I'm no law enforcement person, but that is what they consider premeditated. Am I not correct? Where they are in the case right now. I will continue to update on this story because I want to follow the trial and stuff like that. I don't know if it will be televised or not. Another thing that the family and activists is trying to do is, get her released, and they also want her trial to be held someplace else. They're saying that the black community has already made up their minds as to who's the wrong person here, and they just don't feel like she will get a fair trial. Well, on the other hand, the state is saying that this is not a high profile case. They haven't proven that you know the city would have a problem or be biased towards this person. So they ain't trying to move this case. So I don't know the final outcome of that, or if that was the end result. So right now I'm gonna cover the story of Jasmine, the younger sister who was killed at the age of 17. My heart goes out to this mother who lost two daughters to gunfire. This is awful. But here we are.
In Waterloo tonight continued their investigation into the death of a teenager over the weekend. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Tiffany O'Donnell. Scott Sanborn has the night off. 17-year-old Jasmine Rembert was found dead in the basement of a home on Elm Street early Sunday morning. CBS 2 News reporter Jason Hackett is live in Waterloo and tells us why a suspect is in custody but hasn't been charged in her death. Jason.
Tiffany, unfortunately, we're learning tonight that the 17-year-old was getting off to a fresh new start at her brand new high school. Tonight, police here in Waterloo are trying to figure out if this was all just a tragic accident or something more sinister.
Jasmine Rembert died from a single gunshot wound to the head.
With the how now confirmed, police are still trying to figure out why.
We've interviewed numerous people, and we're still looking into everything to make sure we get the details straight.
Police say they do have a lead. 18-year-old Quadarius Spates. Police say he was at the house on the night of the shooting. They say a 9mm Taurus pistol found at the scene not only killed Rembert, but also belonged to Spates.
We were looking for him for questioning in regards to the incident, and he was located at a later time on a traffic stop.
A previous criminal record left Spates facing several charges, including being a felon in possession of a firearm and trafficking in stolen weapons. However, police stopped short naming him a suspect.
I'm not saying there's no direct connection. I'm just saying at this point we're not releasing any of those details because we're still talking to witnesses and gathering information.
Meanwhile, we're learning more about 17-year-old Jasmine Rembert.
She's been back in our alternative high school for the past month.
Officials at Expo High School have been offering counseling to any student coping with the loss.
We will do anything we can to support the family in this tragedy, as well as to support the emotional needs of our staff and students.
We reached out to Jasmine's family. They declined to talk to us on camera, but they did tell us by phone that she was, quote, free-spirited and loved life and her family. We're told the 17-year-old was a fan of basketball, volleyball, and dancing. They go on to say that she's, quote, just a beautiful person that will be missed. Spates is being held in the Black Hawk County Jail on $10,000 bond. Police say they're still continuing to interview suspects and interview witnesses. So as soon as they make a break in the case, we will let you know.
Quadarius States, 19, pleaded guilty September 3rd to involuntary manslaughter, being a felon in possession of a firearm and trafficking stolen weapons. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison for the weapons trafficking charge and 5 years each on the manslaughter and firearm charges. The sentences were run concurrently for a total of 10 years, and he also was ordered to pay $150,000 in restitution. States is currently in Iowa Department of Corrections Medical and Classified Center of Oakdale. Jasmine Rembert, 17, was found with a gunshot wound to her head in the basement of his grandmother's home. States told police the handgun, a 9mm Taurus, had been in a bedroom, and Rembert had been handling the weapon. He told police he took it from her and placed it under a pillow. According to his account, he gave Rembert drugs that night, and she later retrieved the pistol from under the pillow. A struggle ensued, and the gun fired, he said. What? States then fled the home and hid the gun. At the time, States was prohibited from possessing firearms because of a 2019 adjudication from theft. At the time, States was prohibited from possessing firearm because of a 2013 juvenile adjudication for theft. After the court's records, States police, according to court records, States told police he bought the Taurus on the streets 2 or 3 weeks before Rembert's death. Police said the gun had been reported stolen during a home burglary. Wow. Wow, guys, that is a lot. This is all I have for you today concerning this case. Please continue to keep this family uplifted in prayers. Beloved, her sisters, her mother, her stepmother, everybody involved in this family. This was a great loss, and it was very much so a senseless murder over some damn bundles. It's not worth it, man. This is why I would prefer not to have a weapon, because if you don't have it with you, when things like this happen, you don't have that option. Because this was a simple fight, and just hearing the other side of the story, it is very conflicting. I cannot wait until we get the real details of what happened. I mean, the fight started outside. She ended up on the living room floor. Then the activist is saying that she was attacked by 3 people, which I didn't see that anywhere in any article. I'm not sure what the community is saying because I don't have connections with people over there. I don't, I would love to have connections with some activists over there to see what the community is saying. However, we know now that two mothers have lost their children, have lost their mother. One mother to death and the other to prison. And I do believe they said she had 5 children, and Jada had 3. She had a baby as young as 9 months old. I wish things could be different, but this is where we are today. Thank you guys for hanging out. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Make this go viral.